Recently, I had the opportunity to join in on a gathering of fellow hot tenters. Some of them you may recognize as they have YouTube channels of their own. And although the temperatures were low, spirits were high. So join me for the first annual Hot Tent Hoedown. Welcome back to Signal Outdoors. So I'm at Afton State Park for an adventure. I'm here for a hot tent event. There's going to be a few hot tenters here camping tonight. So the name of the game this weekend for me is going to be kind of checking out different hot tent setups, seeing what kind of gear everyone uses, and hopefully getting some pro tips on hot tenting from some of the other campers, so stay tuned. After hiking in my gear, I got right to work on setting up the hot tent. Normally, I set up right on the snow. However, this time, the snow was being difficult, so my new friend Rob helped me dig down to solid ground. So we're all getting settled in. Some others are processing some wood for their hot tents, which can be a bit time consuming. So I figured to give me a little more time to visit, I would try out these 2.5 pound Duraflame logs, which seem to be the perfect size for my little 3W stove here. So I'm gonna light that up and just get the chill out of the tent for a little bit here. Each of these logs is good for about 90 minutes, I think, so we're gonna find out. Let's fire up the stove here and knock the chill off a little bit. After soaking in the heat from the stove for a bit, it was time to get this hoedown started. We talked, laughed, smiled, and stayed near the warmth of the fire late into the night. Just getting back to the tent, got the stove fired back up here. It's about 12:30 at night. Just gonna kind of fire up the stove to knock the chill out of the air and hit the hay. Had a lot of fun laughing by the fire tonight. Got a good crew out here tonight, so it was a lot of fun. We'll see you guys in the morning. Waking up in the winter reminds me of standing at the edge of the pool as a kid. You know jumping in is bound to be cold, but eventually, you find the courage and make the leap. What's up? Buckley's up. You already called me biscuit. How'd you sleep? What?
I meant it.
Yeah? How'd you sleep?
Okay.
Yeah?
Got a little chilly. We had a fire and Mr. Buddy going for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Whitney was pretty damn cold. I, of course, is never cold. I'm tougher than shit. Still firewood left?
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it, but
Oh, of course.
We all warmed up by the fire, and eventually I made my rounds to check out all the gear. Here's Tim's setup, the Minipeak XL. Is that what this is?
It is the Minipeak XL by Luxe. Got it on sale, and it is a 3-person tent, but probably a 1-person tent with a stove. So we were cozy with 2.
Nice.
Excuse the mess, people.
this is a cocoon, right? Isn't that what he calls it?
Yep,
The
cocoon. If you watch as much YouTube as me, you've seen these two before. It was their first time kicking the tires on a punched out Superior Gear hammock.
And then this is a -40 underquilt. So the top quilt goes inside of the cocoon. Yep. Pull this over the top of you. You zip it up? Yeah. It only zips. There's nothing getting through. As long as you migrate the down properly, you get everything kind of evened out, fluffed out.
Well, what I like about it is when we're in the boundary waters and it's super cold, I'm layering quilts, and the problem is they fall off. And they fall on the ground.
That's what's nice about
This
this.
is attached, and it
Yeah.
keeps everything in.
So-
Because I put on my bug net just to keep my quilts in.
Yeah.
Ken's gonna take us over and show us his hammock setup. He brought the hammock to the hot tent show.
Yeah.
Let's head on over and check it out.
Show us what he's got here. What you got, Ken?
All right, so I just got a Dutchware Netless
Nice.
with a 20 degree set and a 0 degree quilt set just stacked up.
Well, there's no way you got cold in that then. I
No,
bet. Look at that. So what's that sleeve? Is that just a...
that's just a bug net.
Oh, that, okay.
That is
so
kind of
that's
used as a
yeah,
craft
I have one
collar.
like that too.
Yeah.
They work pretty well.
Yeah.
Nice, Ken. The tough guy.
Here's Pete. He's gonna show us his setup. He's got the what is the name of
I think
this?
it's called the Pomoly Rhombus.
Okay.
So it's the Lone Wolf. I know he's got a channel. I think he designed it, he made it, but this is only my first trip other than my backyard with it. So
Okay.
I'm still getting it tweaked in.
I did a lot of backyard stuff too when I was.
So for me, it's basically just like it's like a 14 by 14 square. So you can configure it just like a standard tarp, or what I've done is you can pinch the ends at night and run your stove and it gets hot. And I rigged up some line locks just to my pegs, and I can kind of cinch it closed and open them up. I'm running a War Bonnet Ridge Runner.
Nice.
0 degrees all around, top and bottom. Brought my little 40 degree jacks or better just for giggles, didn't need it, but
Sure.
but that was good. And I got the I think you told me the name of it. It's the
3W.
3W.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, I think, probably my 10th or 12th bird in it, and it's been working great. Other than I wish it was a little longer because you got to saw the logs in half.
Yeah, that's-
so it's a lot of extra work. But
Yeah, if you're cutting deadfall, it's not so bad.
Yep.
Because you have to cut it up anyways. But yeah, when that stuff.
Yeah, so I got a little late. I let it burn out most of the night, and I was plenty warm in here. And
Same here.
here's the scene of the crime where I singed my jacket
Oh, bummer.
out of the bathroom last night. But yeah,
That's a bummer.
that's the way it goes. It's part of the fun.
Yeah. So what are any little, if you learned any pro tips or little hacks for hot tenting that you...
Well, I'm an avid canoer, backpacker, but this is my first hot tent. I just got it in December.
Okay.
So I'm as rookie as they get.
Okay.
Well, I thought this would be fun to kind of learn from people that have been doing it. But
Yeah.
well, I know not to get too close to this at night.
Yeah, you learn that lesson fast because that gets expensive with
Yeah.
jackets.
But I learned a lot through YouTube, just how to roll everything up and just kind of try to. I just like to learn things,
Heck yeah.
and I ran my candle most of the night, and
Okay.
it was great. It's a good
Oh, you got
night's sleep.
the smaller can. That's cool. Got the mini candle.
The mini candle lantern, and I got one of these, I don't know, Luminade. But
How long does the mini one usually burn for? How long does a tea light normally?
tea light, 4 hours at best.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I usually just bring a half dozen and
Sure.
swap them out. So.
Heck yeah. This is a nice setup.
That's it.
I like the canvas. I think if I could go another hot tent, I'm gonna go canvas. For sure.
Yeah, and it's cotton polyester blend.
Okay.
I guess so. It doesn't have some of the canvas can be kind of rigid. This is a little more pliable.
Yeah.
I think it holds the heat a little better.
The waxed canvas stuff can get real rigid.
But I had this set up for 40 days straight in my backyard when I got it.
Wow.
We had 60, 50 mile per hour winds like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how it hold up.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't like is these tend to, well, those high winds, these are slipping. So I think my next improvement will be to rig up some better adjustments for the lines. But
Okay.
that's the only complaint I have about it so far.
It's a nice setup. Here's Sam set up. He's gonna show us how he stayed warm last night. 0 degrees.
My Lost Nature
Okay.
lightweight tent
Okay.
that I bought for the Boundary Waters. And then I just have a couple of these alpine mountain pads underneath on the floor. And then I have a inflatable mattress, a self-inflating foam thing, wool blanket. And then I have a Eco Pro 50-degree sleeping bag.
Okay.
And then this is an Outdoor Vitos 0-degree top quilt.
Okay. You stayed nice and toasty last night?
Cozy warm.
Nice. Pelton. He's going to show us his hot tent. What's this one called?
OneTigris Rock Fortress,
Okay.
coupled with the OneTigris Roar Stove.
Okay.
It's like an episode of Cribs.
Yeah, it is.
There's a little bit of a mess right now, but we got sleeping accommodations here. Some more behind me. We could fit another one over here if need be, but this is usually gear storage. And of course, the stove heating this thing up. It got to 80 degrees
Nice.
last night.
This feels warm in here.
Yeah, it's a good setup. It's very involved. It's a lot. So for a solo trip, this is not the tent for that.
Yeah. Yeah, nice tent though. So what's is this your first year hot tenting?
Yes. Well, I've done some hot tenting like way back in the day this is my first setup that I've owned in this material. I've always done like the canvas tents.
Okay.
So this whole new lightweight hot tent is a new thing. I think new for everybody. So,
Yeah.
but I dig it.
What's like a pro tip or a hack you've discovered? If you had discovered any little hacks that you generally use, or?
Well, I like to dig all the way down to the ground, even through a foot of snow, because for me it's a lot easier than setting up on snow. And then if you're going to clear out an area, clear out a way bigger space than you think you need.
Sure.
Yeah, and then wood. Always more wood.
Yeah, never enough.
That's right.
Cool. Thanks, Rob. After making my rounds and checking out everyone's setup, it was soon time for me to start packing up. Here's my final thought. Sometimes the world can feel like a cold place, and on this trip I learned that we get to choose the fuel by which we warm our lives with. And the most powerful fuel I've found by far is a simple smile.